Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Ria Laviana Frianti. I'm from English Education Department, 5th semester, and today I'm going to present an article titled Reading for Lifelong Health by Kayulani Shulman and College, published in Frontiers in Pediatrics Journal in 2024. This article discussed the important relationship between childhood literacy and health outcomes throughout life. And let's begin. Okay, article overview. The first, let me give you an overview of this article. The article was written by 3 authors from Yale University Child Study Center and published in July 2024. What caught my attention is this powerful quote. The benefits of reading books include a longer life in which to read them. This statement really summarizes what the article is about, that reading not only enriches our minds but actually extends our lives. Okay. Before we dive deeper, let me explain some difficult vocabulary from this article. First, literacy means the ability to read and write. Intervention refers to action taken to improve a situation. Neurocognitive relates to brain function and thinking process. Glycemic controls mean managing blood sugar levels, which we'll discuss later. Empathy is the ability to understand others' feelings, and school readiness means being prepared for formal education. These terms will appear throughout our discussion. Okay, next main keywords. The main keywords of this article are childhood literacy, health outcomes, pediatric care, reading intervention, mental health, and psycho health. These 6 concepts are interconnected and form the foundation of the article's argument that reading in childhood affects our health as adults. Next, the literacy crisis. Now, let's look at the problem. The United States is facing a serious literacy crisis. Currently, 37% of 4th grades read below the basic levels. Since 1992, there has been a 14% decrease in literacy standard. This is alarming. The COVID-19 pandemic made this worse, with an estimated 67% of kindergarten literacy skills being lost. This represents the largest drop in reading scores since testing began, and this problem affects all races, income levels, and types of school across the country. Reading extends life. Here's something amazing. Research shows that people who read books live 23 months longer than non-readers. That's almost 2 years. The study followed participants over 12 years and found that those who read more than 3.5 hours per week had a 20% lower risk of death compared to those who didn't read books. So literally, reading helps you live longer. This is one of the most powerful findings in the article. Psycho health benefits. The article explains several ways literacy improves psycho health. The first, better disease management. People with higher literacy have better diabetes control regardless of their education level. This is important because it shows that reading skills matter more than just having a diploma. The second, people with higher literacy are more likely to get preventive care like screenings and vaccinations. The third, lower hospitalization rates. Those with low literacy are 1.69 times more likely to be hospitalized. And finally, young people with better literacy have lower rates of violence, substance use, and sexually transmitted infection. Next, mental health connection. Literacy also has a strong connection to mental health. The statistics are striking. 39.4% of people with high literacy engagement have good mental health, compared to only 11.8% of those with low literacy. Reading fiction specifically helps develop empathy, self-esteem, confidence, and resilience. When we read stories, we practice understanding different perspectives and emotions, which makes us better at understanding real people in our lives. This is why reading is not just an academic skill, but a mental health tool. Next, early childhood impact. Early childhood is the most critical time for literacy development. Children who are read to three or more times per week are more likely to recognize letters, count to 20, write their names, and show interest in reading when they enter kindergarten. Here's fascinating findings. A child's vocabulary in first grade can predict their reading comprehension in 11th grade. That's 10 years later. This shows how important early intervention is. The article emphasizes that literacy interventions are most effective when given to preschool age children. Next, home environment. The home environment plays a huge role. Children who grow up with books at home get an average of 3 additional years of schooling, regardless of their parents' education or income level. Think about that, just having book at home adds 3 years. This makes sense when you consider that children only spend um, 13% of their working time in school, and only 40% of 3 and 4-year olds are even enrolled in school. The home literacy environment is crucial for child development. Next, reach out and read. Now let me introduce a successful program called Reach Out and Read. It was founded in 1989 at Boston Medical Center and now serves um, 4.2 million children nationwide. The program has three parts. The first, pediatricians provide literacy guidance during regular well-child checkup. The second, children from birth to age 5 receive free, developmentally appropriate books at each visit. Um, and the third, families get a prescription, and the third, families get a prescription to read for 10 minutes daily. This program brings together healthcare and literacy in practical way. Next, program results. The results of research out or read are impressive. Parents in the program are 2.5 times more likely to read with their young children, and 2 times more likely to read 3 or more times per week. They are also 2.5 times more likely to have books at home. Most importantly, children's language development improves by 3 to 6 months. There is even an eightfold increase in parents reporting reading as a favorite family activity. These numbers show that simple intervention in healthcare settings can make a big differences. Next, healthcare's role. Despite this success, there are challenges. Two-thirds of pediatricians feels unprepared to promote literacy because they lack training, time, and resources. Only one quarter currently participate in literacy programs like Reach Out and Read. However, there is hug opportunity here. Pediatricians can reach families before children enter traditional education, giving them a key role in school readiness and consequently lifelong health outcomes. This is why the article argues that medical schools and residency programs need to include more training and childhood literacy. How do we move forward? The article propose solution for four groups. Healthcare provides need to integrate literacy assessment as a standard health measure and receive proper training. Educators should collaborate with health centers and provide diverse books. Families need support to create literacy, reach home environment, and establish daily reading habits. And communities must pro and communities must prioritize reading in public health messaging. The key message is that everyone has a role to play. This is not just an education issue, it's a public health issue that requires partnership. Summarize the main points. The first, literacy is a health issue, not just an education issue. The second, early intervention have lifelong impacts on both physical and mental health. The third, the home environment matters. The fourth, healthcare settings are ideal for reaching families early. And fifth, partnership between education and medicine is essential. The bottom line is if we treat literacy as an urgent health issue, we can improve health outcomes for all children starting today. Okay, and last, thank you for watching my presentation. This article really opened my eyes to how important reading is for our overall health and well-being. If you have any question, feel free to ask. The full reference is shown on the screen. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.